Good evening. My name is Jon Milleman. I'm Assistant Superintendent in Washington Township, and it's our pleasure to be with you this evening. We talk about many programs in our township, and as you can see, I brought some help with me this evening. So I'm going to go through some slides on the profile of Washington Township, and we have some students and another administrator that will spend some time with you and explain some of our program options with you this evening. So just a quick overview of our leadership. Very, very strong and involved school board, which is incredibly important for the success of any school district. We're very blessed to have a supportive board, some who are out of nesters through Washington Township, some who have current students there, and we have a former educator from North Central High School as well, serving as president of our board right now. So it's a great, diverse board that is extremely successful of our efforts. A little bit of our profile: approximately 12,000 students, including our preschool students at this time. You can see we are a minority-majority district, and we have many English as a new language students in our district. We do have many refugee students as well who join us, and really is an important part of the fabric of Washington Township. 72 native languages. It just needs to be updated. We had a presentation to the board yesterday evening. That's actually 81 now. I did not have time to update this slide for this evening, but as of today, 81 different languages spoken in Washington Township, which again speaks to our diversity and rich experiences for our students in Washington Township. Very, very fortunate to have one of the first education foundations in the state of Indiana, and an incredibly supportive one. Since its inception, the Washington Township Schools Foundation has leveraged over $4 million of private funds for public education. There's not too many districts, I don't think, in the country that can speak in those types of terms over time. Specifically, the dollars from the foundation goes strictly to the classroom, or for the most part to the classroom, for innovative projects and creative ideas that our teachers bring to them. It's a very exciting time to see the foundation funds get awarded, but it's even more exciting to see the presentations from the teachers when they come back and tell us what they've done with the funds. So it's an incredible resource for our students and staff. Many avenues for our parents to be able to provide feedback to us. Very active PTOs in all of our schools. We also have a Washington Township Advisory Council, which we meet with about 4 times a year. And we give them information about the district that they may not receive otherwise, and allow them to ask very pointed questions to our various divisions: human resources, transportation, special education, etc. So we have some great conversation with our community. And then the Parent Council is something that's been in existence in Washington Township for many years, primarily driven by our PTO presidents, so parent leadership, and they bring issues directly to the superintendent through a forum. So again, very, very important group as we need that feedback on an ongoing basis. I'll try to go through these fairly quickly. There's many, many things that we could have put on the slides for this evening. But our elementary schools and middle schools both, tremendous growth this past year. It's happened over time, but due to our leadership and from our building level and coaches and specialists that we have in our buildings, supporting the academic efforts of our teachers. Many gains on ISTEP this past year. Our teachers, these are the slides that when I present this information I'm the most proud of, because I think it speaks to our teachers being able and feeling like they're able to take risks and to go out and do new and exciting and innovative things. Spring Mill kindergarten teacher this year was the National Shell Science Teacher of the Year. What's interesting about that is that she's the first elementary teacher to receive that award in the country, and happens to be a kindergarten teacher. And so it's very, very exciting to see that, and again speaks to, we talk a lot about STEM education, but it's happening in our kindergarten classrooms in Washington Township. Cricket Creek Elementary Principal is the Indianapolis Region's Principal of the Year, Mrs. Piper. She's sitting over here to my right. So you can stop by the table and meet her, her celebrity status. Perhaps she'll sign your program for you this evening. Fox Hill Principal is with us as well, Mr. Sean Taylor, sitting behind Mrs. Piper. Very exciting program at Fox Hill and also at Greenbrier Elementary, and we're working hard to try to expand it in our district. It's a program called PlayWorks, which is a program that really kind of reinvents play. and really reinvents recess time for students, but uses it as an opportunity to teach students cooperative skills, collaboration skills, and problem-solving skills. It's a very exciting program. It's incredibly well received, and we've reduced referrals by more than half, Mr. Taylor, disciplinary referrals in that building since its inception. So I would encourage you to stop by the table and talk to Mr. Taylor about that particular program. Technology is alive and well, as you can see in the top bullet. I'll just try to keep plowing here. And Spring Mill Elementary, I'll be happy to visit their school in 2 weeks when they receive their national charter as a Changemaker school. It's a very prestigious honor for them. As you can see by the name of the award, you can get an idea of what's happening at Spring Mill Elementary with receiving a national award on empathy, not something you see every day. The secondary level, North Central High School, our middle schools continue to boast very impressive academic results for the student body. The last bullet's pretty exciting. When I was principal of another high school here near Indianapolis, I had a Beering Scholarship winner, and that's a very fun award to give one of your students when you tell them that their school is paid for all the way through their PhD program, plus they get to study abroad, all expenses paid. That's pretty exciting. So we did have a Beering Scholarship winner this last year too, so that was certainly noteworthy for this evening. And of course our current State Teacher of the Year, Brain Game back-to-back champions here in the Indianapolis area. And we continue to have many opportunities for students to participate in fine arts as well as athletics, and too many clubs to mention, quite frankly, that are available to students in a variety of interest levels. Washington Township is one of only 6 school districts in the state, or in the country, rather, to be an International Baccalaureate World School Corporation, which means that all of our schools, K through high school, are authorized International Baccalaureate schools. What that means is that in the primary years, these are some of the tenets that you would see if you go to the IB website. That are the kind of backbone or the framework, if you will, for delivering curriculum in our elementary schools. One of the things that I think is so exciting is seeing students, connecting with students not only across their school, but across the state, but across the world, and also thinking about things in a global context at such an early age. And it's very exciting to see that throughout the township. World language is also a tenet of International Baccalaureate, so all of our students receive world language instruction K through 10 as a requirement in the International Baccalaureate program. The middle years program then just kind of ramps up that expectation, if you will, as the students mature. So you can just kind of bolded a few of those terms up there so you can see kind of the transition as our elementary students move through to the middle years program, also known as the MYP program. I'm going to let the parents in an IB school setting take over the presentation for a moment, so let you hear from them.
One of the things that I am enjoying the most about the children going to an IB school is that they are being taught how to think for themselves. I feel like when they graduate from high school, they are going to be on their own 2 feet, and they're going to be prepared for whatever comes their way, because they're not going to have been spoon-fed information their entire lives and told what to think and how to think it, but they are going to have started in kindergarten learning how to come up with answers on their own.
Some of the biggest differences that I've noticed have been the fact that they now are learning how to learn, as opposed to memorizing for the sake of memorizing. They're actually learning how to figure things out. So we've seen a lot less spelling tests and a lot less of just sheer memorization. And we've seen the program really shift more towards understanding how they're learning and why they're learning, and then making that more applicable to everyday life.
I think that's important, because if you're doing that, you're going to be learning about different people from all over the world, and it shows that how you can make a difference in the world and how it's all matters. And we were the first district ever to have all IB schools.
The biggest change that I see is he's very aware of the different types of learning profiles and how to apply them in kind of his everyday goings on. Most of Nicholas's friends are not native English speakers, or I should say a lot of his friends are not native English speakers, and they help each other. You know, his friends may help him speak Spanish, and he helps them understand things in English, or he has a lot of Burmese or Korean friends that he went to school with. So you see those types of physical things actually happening and going on within the school.
I just realized how many people are raising their grades up because they follow the IB system and their behavior grades are coming up, and because they're being, like I said, caring and open-minded towards other people, and they're thinking about other people's actions, and they don't just think about their own actions and how they'll feel. They think about how other people are going to feel, and that's how it's really changed.
The main difference I see in my child since, pre and post IB, he was extremely shy and kind of just went with the flow of things. And as the IB program developed, I've noticed that he has definitely taken on the inquirer profile. He asks a ton of questions constantly. And he's always been compassionate, but I see him being more proactive in his compassion. So he's really, between inquirer and caring, he is really taking a hold of the learner profile.
I know we'll be running short on time, so I want to make sure I give time for our students up here as well. So I'll just kind of flow through some of these slides very quickly. One of the things I think also is unique in our district is we are a regional career technical education school. District, we host the Regional Technical Education School. And so we have students from many visiting high schools that are with us in the morning and the afternoon, and we work on employability skills with the students as well as giving them industry certifications, getting them college credit in various ways. So I thought it'd be important for you to maybe just hear from a couple of them this evening, both students who are actually not North Central students, which also I wanted to make that part of it as well. We have a young lady from Noblesville High School who is in our media classes, the radio and TV, as well as Michael in radio and TV. And they're just going to briefly tell you about their interaction with North Central High School students at J. Everett Light Career Center and how it has impacted their future careers as well.
My name is Olivia DeSalvo, and I'm a senior at Noblesville High School. And ever since freshman year, I was like, okay, I'm done with high school already. And my mom's friend works at a vocational school like this in Ohio, and she was saying it's a really great opportunity to do it. I suggest it for your daughter. So we found out J. Everett Light Career Center, and you had to be a junior to go. So I'm like, okay, I just got to get through 2 years. And I went junior year, I was doing film animation. I love like iMovie, stuff with Apple, and I just made like slideshows for like my family for like Mother's Day or for a birthday or something. So junior year I went and I fell in love with the radio instead of film. I thought I loved film, and I was kind of like, I'm not into it. And I was doing the radio, and I spent more time at JEL than Noblesville High School. I did a radio show Thursday 3 to 5, and then I just kind of did like extra shows. So I was there for like 5 hours a day. My mom's like, you need to come home, and I'm like, just 1 more hour, just a couple more songs. And I really fell in love with the radio station. So I asked to come back this year, and my teacher said, okay, but I think you want to do radio instead of film. And I'm like, definitely. So I'm actually this year the radio manager at WJEL 89.3, and I love it. Like I have to get through my day at Noblesville, and as soon as I come here, I'm just the people are nicer, and when you walk in, it's just a more positive vibe. I made so many friends from different schools. It's not just Noblesville kids. It's North Central, Hamilton Heights, HSC, Carmel, and maybe they're not lifelong friends, forever, but they're definitely some of your better friends you will meet. And then with radio, I go to tailgates for different schools. So then I'm meeting different kids, and I'm supporting Carmel High School football more than Noblesville High School football. So I really just love JEL and the people and the teachers and everyone who is helping. And it's more of, instead of sitting in a class, writing down notes, you're saying what to do, and then you go do it. You do your own thing. So that's it.
There's a wireless microphone, right?
You guys can leave it there because they're recording.
Deep there? Oh, okay, sure. I'm more of a stander, so if I get too fidgety, bear with me. Yeah, I found JEL. I was found about it freshman year. My name is Michael Clough, by the way. I go to Zionsville Community High School. And my friend Justin said, you know, I can't wait till junior year. And I said, why? And he said, well, I want to learn how to be an EMT. And I said, okay, that's great. Why do you have to wait until junior year to do that? You know, Google it, YouTube, I don't know. And he said, well, there's JEL. I've never heard of it before. So he's explaining to me what JEL is. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And I was reading the list of it. You know, I didn't take it very seriously. I just thought, oh, that's neat for him. That's neat for if you want to do stuff like that. And I saw the list, and I saw classes in music and sound production. And I read the description. You go in, you learn how to record music, you record your music, and you basically just create. And I thought that was awesome. So I went there junior year, learned a bunch of stuff that I did not know, and relearned some stuff that I did know. And I took these skills and I utilized them in a way that I can now create what is in my head musically. And I came back for a second year in the same class. I'm the only second year student. He said I could come back alone, or I could come back with some other people as a band dynamic. And I think I'm kind of a bossy person, so I didn't want to put people through that. So I just came back by myself, and now I kind of do it whatever comes to my head, really. And it really is a good experience. I've never met a person who I didn't get along with at JEL, even though there is differences of opinion, especially in the music class. We got a lot of rap, no country, or just rock, or the strange metal kid who always wears the beanie that's kind of sits in the back, you know what I'm talking about? We have a couple of those, and then I'm an everything music kind of guy. But everybody, when you're presenting, say you're singing a song or you're doing a rap, people shut up and they listen to you because they know that you have something and you've created something, and so everybody really is an equal. I'm not going to judge you based on this, I'm not going to judge you based on that. We're all here because of this. Let's share that together, or let's experience it. And it really is a good experience.
I know our time is up, really. We have two students with us from our culinary arts as well, and I asked them to stop by and be with us at the table so you can talk to them about that experience as well, if that's something that may interest your children in the future, and that those opportunities are there at J. Everett Light as well. So a little bit of a unique twist for this evening. We talk about many of our international baccalaureate opportunities, various diploma level opportunities, but wanted to give you an opportunity to see us 360. And all of, again, I know I'm overusing the word opportunities, but it's one that really fits when you talk about Washington Township. So again, our pleasure to be here this evening. Please stop by and talk to us. We'll be happy to brag about ourselves a little bit more to you. Thanks.